It started when I moved into a quiet suburban neighborhood. Everything seemed perfect at first. Safe streets, friendly neighbors, and a cozy house. But there was something about the man next door that unsettled me. He was always outside, sweeping his front yard, meticulously clearing every leaf. He never stopped, not even when the wind picked up and blew more leaves across the ground. His movements were unnervingly slow, as if he was waiting for something. I waved to him once, but he didn't respond. He just kept sweeping, his eyes never looking to the ground. Something about him felt off, but I couldn't figure out why. Some night, strange noises came from next door, scraping sounds against the walls, followed by what sounded like moaning. The next night, it was even louder. Sometimes I'd hear what sounded like someone fighting. Then I heard a scream, low, like someone in pain. I called the police, but when they arrived, everything was quiet. The officer said there was nothing to report. As I walked back into my house, I glanced out the window. There he was, standing in his yard, sweeping leaves once again as if nothing had happened. But I knew something was wrong. I could feel it. The next day, I saw the woman for the first time. She was pale and looked like she hadn't slept in days. When I waved, she quickly ducked behind the curtains. I decided to investigate. I knocked on their door, but no one answered. As I was about to leave, I noticed something. I approached cautiously and peered inside. The room was dim, but the sight made my blood run cold. The walls were covered in photographs of the woman, but these weren't normal pictures. She was positioned in disturbing ways, twisted, looking terrified in every frame. The more I looked, the more it felt like she was in danger. Without thinking, I snapped a quick photo, heart pounding, then ran away from the window. I immediately called the police. When the cops arrived, I showed them the photo of the disturbing images. They knocked on the door, and when the man answered, he seemed perfectly calm. He invited them in, explaining everything. "These are my artworks. I'm just documenting life, capturing the beauty of the human experience," he said. The officers exchanged a glance, clearly uncomfortable, but they didn't press any further. They told him to be careful with his art and left. As they drove off, I saw the man wave them goodbye, smiling. But as I watched him close the door, something shifted. A coldness settled in the air. He wasn't acting like a man with a hobby. He was acting like a psychopath. That night, the atmosphere around the house changed. It was quieter than usual, too quiet. I tried to ignore it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Around 3 a.m., I heard a soft scratching sound at my window. When I looked out, I saw the woman, standing motionless in her yard, her face obscured by shadows. But then I saw the man, standing just behind her, grinning. He was holding a camera in his hand. The smile on his face wasn't that of an artist. It was the smile of a psychopath. I grabbed my phone and tried to call the cops again, but my battery was dead. I saw the man slowly lift a camera and take a photo of me. The flash went off, blinding, like a flashbang. I locked all my doors, and then they both were gone. The next morning, I found a Polaroid in front of my door. I didn't need to look closely to recognize the picture. It was me, were the words, my new model.